Okay, well, if anyone else joins, I'll just go ahead and let them in, but let's go ahead and get started. Do a settling in meditation. So, taking a couple of deep breaths and getting comfortable, sitting a position that's comfortable for you. Nothing special, it's whatever works for you. And as you exhale, just releasing any tension in your body. Let the day roll off your shoulders, allowing your body to just settle in to where you're sitting or lying down. Feeling supported in your chair, the feet on the ground, or if you're on a cushion, your legs making contact with the floor or the cushion. So we want to sit upright, but not stiff, keeping our belly soft and our shoulders relaxed. Letting your arms be heavy in your lap or on the sides of your body. You're relaxing your face muscles and your jaw muscle. And taking note of the busy thoughts that begin as we sit. Usually after a busy day, our mind is quite busy, thoughts coming and going. And as we settle, the thoughts settle as well. Maybe doing a body scan and see if there's any areas that you can let go of. Just a bit more. Sinking a little deeper into your cushion. And we just arrive here in this group with these wonderful people that we share our Sangha with, being right here in this moment with this group. And shifting our focus onto our breath, experiencing the entire breath, breathing in, noticing as the air enters your nostrils, where do you feel it? Which sensations are there? Maybe you feel the air entering at the tip of your nose and your nostrils. Noticing it in the back of your throat, maybe. And noticing as you inhale that expansion of the body as your lungs expand and your belly expands. And as you exhale, your body relaxes just a bit more. And you notice that warm air on your upper lip. And notice the breath has a natural rhythm to it as you allow your body to simply breathe naturally. We can observe that movement of the body, just observing the body breathing and staying with the rhythm. And as we stay with the rhythm of the breath, you can do another body scan, see if there's any areas that you can let go even more. And noticing when your thoughts begin to drift in, just labeling the thought as thinking, allowing it to pass through and coming back to the breath and the body. Hmm. Well, that helped settle in, feel a little more relaxed. Welcome, everyone. I'm glad you could make it to our Earth Day meditation tonight. I have our elements over here. We have our fire. I have some feathers and flowers and water and earth. All the things that we're made of. I have a quote here from Thich Nhat Hanh, the Vietnamese teacher, and he's talking about the earth. He has some wonderful quotes on the earth if you want to look them up. Online they have hundreds, literally hundreds of them. This particular one is about interbeing that he talks about. If you want to save the planet and transform society, you need brotherhood and sisterhood. You need togetherness. Whenever we speak about environment or peace and social justice, we usually speak of nonviolent actions or technological solutions, and we forget that the element of collaboration is crucial. Without it, we cannot do anything. We cannot save our planet. Technical solutions have to be supported by togetherness, understanding, and compassion. And I love that because that really does sum it up. You know, a lot of us ask at some point in our life the question, what are we doing here? You know, what is this life all about? And I think a lot of people will answer that in a lot of different ways. My answer is I think we're supposed to learn how to love each other no matter what. It's really hard to do. I think humans are so emotional and so fear-based and so reactionary. It's difficult to always agree, obviously. And when we have our hard beliefs in something and it opposes someone else, it's really difficult to listen and to still love somebody even though they're hard to love. But you know, if the most difficult thing that I come up against in my life is to learn how to love everybody, that's my biggest challenge. I generally love people. I have a lot of love in my heart. And I think once we learn how to let go of all the petty stuff that doesn't matter, all of the things we fight for that doesn't matter, we could really love each other. And with that step into that love, we could learn to take care of our planet, our mother. If, you know, this is our home, we need to take care of our home to thrive. And humans by nature are social. We're social beings. We tend to seek each other out. We tend to seek out um, like-mindedness. And sometimes people that are calm and not reactive can seek out people that are not like-minded and with the intention to learn. I want to learn about you. I want to understand why you're different than me. Am I missing something? You know, that curiosity rather than judgment, I think is important. This is how we learn from each other. So we really, for our very survival, we've always banded together, whether it was cavemen fighting a woolly mammoth or we band together in cultures to do trade. It's all about survival and supporting each other. And the more we do that, the more we realize how important the earth is. Without the planet giving us these gifts, we wouldn't survive at all. I think working together and finding our common ground is important. I have a quote here also from Viktor Frankl's book, Man's Searching Meaning. He writes about the time he spent in the Nazi concentration camp, where life could be pretty hopeless. He says, everything can be taken from a man but one thing, the last of the human freedoms, to choose one's attitude in any given set of circumstances, to choose one's own way. He reminds us that we absolutely own our choice in how to move through the world, our perspectives, our thoughts, and our attitudes. And I think he was an amazing human being, that he could continue to choose to keep that attitude of understanding, loving kindness, gratitude, um, sharing what little he could find. I think he's somebody I really admire. There's this other story here about Native American black elk, who's medicine man for the Lakota and Sioux tribes. In 1931, Black Elk spoke of one of his visions. Then I was standing on the highest mountain of them all, and round about beneath me was the whole hoop of the world. And while I stood there, I saw more than I can tell and more than I can understand. For I was seeing in a sacred manner the shapes of all things in the spirit, and the shapes of all shapes, as they must live together like one being. And I saw that the sacred hoop of my people was one of many hoops that made one circle, wide as daylight and as starlight, and in the center grew one mighty flowering tree to shelter all the children of one mother and one father. And I saw that it was holy. That's really beautiful, that we can come to the understanding that we are all one. We are all from the same elements. We're all made of the cosmos. We are so insignificant when you think about it. Our tiny little planet here, that zoom out from the telescope, it's just a speck of dust, and eventually you can't even see it. And there's so many other planets, so many other stars, and we get really caught in this one life. So it's interesting sometimes to do that meditation and kind of zoom away from yourself and see the world as the whole instead of the individuals that live on it. Though our planet's really suffered over the years, technology, um, the industry at the turn of the century, last century, was something that gave people hope that we would have more stuff, manufacturing. Um, and it did. It gave us more stuff. We needed to grow more stuff at that point. We needed to create more stuff at that point. Um, we had to create materials in order to satisfy the humans that wanted their stuff. And it became very materialistic, and we kind of forgot about the planet. We wanted to grow more food, so we developed insecticides and fertilizers, which had a good intention of wanting to help grow food, but in the end caused a lot of damage. And it wasn't our intention, but we did discover it later on. And the sad part is we haven't really done a whole lot to stop it. We're getting better, I think. I think we're realizing it, we're getting better. And even though we have been terrible stewards of our planet, we always, every day, have the choice to change that. And I think teaching our children is important, our grandchildren is important. Nothing is just on a store shelf. Everything affects everything. We are all one. So this planet is going to be here. Even if the humans aren't, the planet will be fine. The planet will survive. The planet will replenish itself. It doesn't need us, but we definitely need it. So if we're saving our planet, we're saving ourselves. So what kind of steps can we take to improve? Some things we can do, well, one of obviously we need to educate ourselves. We need to read more about where things come from, how they're made, what effect does it have on the planet. Plastics, we can avoid plastics. Um, Pat and I have reduced our plastic by 90%. We really don't use plastic if we can avoid it. Um, and then what causes the destruction of trees? It's greed, right? Through products like palm oil that's destroying our Amazon forest. It's important to look at the labels, read what's on them. If it says it has palm oil on it, don't buy it. it's, it's just educating ourselves and making those choices. So this greed that we naturally have as humans has put the balance of nature out of balance. And because it's man-made, it's caused this climate change that the Earth hasn't had time to adjust to. The Earth naturally goes through its own climate changes, but usually it's pretty gradual and it has time to adjust. The animals adjust, nature adjusts, but we're really speeding it up and it's hard on our planet. And one of the other things I think we can do is look at who we admire as far as people that take care of the planet or teach people about the planet. Who do we admire? And then try to mirror them, try to learn from them. One of the things I like to think about is if the earth is me, if I am the earth, what if the earth is you? It's an interesting concept when you meditate on that because all of the elements, like I've said, are all part of us. We are the earth. We are this planet. So I think we need to learn how to fall back in love with the planet. Put the planet first. Like when you fall in love with someone, you put them first. We need to do that. We need to fall in love with our planet all over again. We have a beautiful planet. And trees, they provide oxygen, they give nourishment, they even just dropping the leaves creates compost for other plants. They give homes to birds, squirrels. And one of the things I've had my teacher, Jack Cornfield, has mentioned a few times, and I really like to think about it, is every breath that we've breathed has already been breathed. Because we're on this little ball, and our oxygen, our air is trapped in there, right? And these trees create more oxygen for us. So as we're sitting here breathing, we're breathing the same air as the cavemen did, the dinosaurs, the animals from any time, Buddha, Jesus, Marcus Aurelius. We're breathing the same air that those people breathe. So we are really interbeing. We are really interconnected. And I think it's important to remind ourselves of those things. How do we walk on this planet? We are going to continue to drive our cars, especially when you live in the countryside, because it's hard to get anywhere otherwise. But be conscious of when you do it. It's a good first step. Be conscious of what else can you do while you're out wherever you're going. Um, so I'd like to just propose that tonight to suggest that we take this week and truly concentrate on what we can do. Educate ourselves, look at what we're using in products, read labels, um, look up the information on the products on those labels. How is it affecting the planet? Can we make some changes? Can we grow our own food? Can we share that food with others? You know, something simple like that. It's a really big deal. Simple things make big differences. So before the next meditation, is there any quick questions or comments? Anyone have any suggestions or comments on Earth Day and how to take care of our Mother Earth?
I have a comment. I noticed that like 20 years ago, I used to go around trying to find organic food, and sometimes at the store they would laugh at you. But now I that Costco actually has a lot of organic food, so it's nice to see that change. Speaking about pesticides.
Yeah, thank you, Della. Thanks for sharing that. That's right. I mean, we are making strides, aren't we? We are, things are changing slowly but surely. We can't give up. Yeah, there's always a positive. And I look at the things from the DDT and the products they realize were harming us. They don't use those anymore, thankfully. So we're getting smarter. We're getting smarter about it.
I think one of the hardest ones I see that for people seems to be the plastic thing. And you see that particularly going in stores like Safeway. And I know they tried at some point just go buy paper, and the customers kind of revolted or whatever it was, and they had to go back. For us coming from Europe, we were never used to using plastic bags. We're supposed to bring our own.
Yeah.
I'm used to that from childhood on. You bring your own bags, or they had cartons like Costco does, which I think is great. Have those boxes, put your stuff in, and can recycle it.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
But that seems to be really hard for people.
It is hard. It's really hard. Some of the things that we've done is we don't buy anything to drink in plastic. We buy things that we can mix in our water that's natural organic flavoring that comes in a cardboard. We don't buy plastic. The big laundry detergents bottles, we just buy the cardboard boxes of the laundry sheets. It's There's just plastic everywhere, and we really don't need it. When I was a child, I don't remember that much plastic. I remember more milk carton type material,
Yeah, paper bag.
paper bags, yeah, which
That
is
stores
recyclable.
Yeah,
So I think we're getting smarter. I think we're getting better. But yeah, bringing your own bags is a
It's
big
not that
deal.
hard.
It's
Just
not
put
that
6 or 8
hard.
of them in your trunk, and you're good.
Yeah, you got to remember to take them in the store with you. But yeah,
that's right, because I've gone to the store and looked in the back seat and there were no bags there. So I took paper bags rather than plastic.
yeah, yeah. Well, let's go ahead and do a meditation then. And I'd like this to um, be a Earth Day meditation. So again, sitting up in a comfortable position, taking a few deep breaths, pulling our attention inward. And I'd like you to set an intention for this meditation. It can be hoping for peace among the people on the planet, or setting the intention to not use plastic, or to educate yourself and others. Whatever your intention is, just go ahead and kind of sort through that and find what you'd like to focus on tonight. And now bring that intention into the forefront of your mind and fill your heart with this intention so that it's truly heartfelt. And allow that intention to settle into your heart as something you truly want to work with this week, something you want to put into action. It doesn't need to be something huge, but something that you can put into action to make some positive changes. And reminding ourselves that we're part of this planet, we're interconnected, and we're grateful for every gift that this planet gives us. And sitting here feeling yourself grounded into the earth. You might imagine roots growing from your feet, or any of the parts of your legs in sitting posture, grounding into the earth. Deep roots. And now shift your attention to your lungs, breathing in the air that moves through your lungs, the wind. Remind yourself where it comes from. The oxygen from the trees and the plants. Knowing that each breath has been breathed before. That helps the understanding of interbeing. And we depend on those trees and the plant life to create the oxygen. And you can reconnect to the fire element, noticing the temperature of your body. Just simply noticing how the cushion you're sitting on warms up because of the temperature of your body. You might also think of the warmth of a hug. And the warmth you feel when you're with people that you love. And bringing your awareness to your body, which is mostly made up of water. And the planet and our bodies full of water, interbeing, interconnected. And we can have a sense of gratitude for fresh water to drink. Appreciate the rainfall when we have our rains. Appreciate how the earth works all on its own. The combination of minerals and earth, sunshine, wind, rain, and it all grows because of those things. Everything grows, whether it's the people, the plants, the insects. We are all nature. And we want to take a few moments to thank Mother Earth for all of the gifts that she brings us and gives to us, all the natural medicines, the food, the water, the sunshine, the beautiful meadows, flowers and bees and insects, the lakes and streams, We live on a beautiful planet. It deserves our love and our care. And then we can take a few moments to really look at our gifts, the tall trees that provide shade and oxygen, and fruit and homes for animals. I'm thankful for the insects that create mulch and pollinate flowers, and those flowers that bring sweet fragrances, and also food in the form of berries, vegetables, fruits. You can think about a stream flowing through green moss and ferns in a redwood forest. The trees have been here for thousands of years. And in the next few moments, maybe practicing sitting, thinking about the planet as we pull back. We can visualize ourselves sitting, and then we can pull back and see ourselves sitting. Pull back more and see the town we're in, the state we're in, the country, until we can see the entire earth, the beautiful earth filled with water and green, brown, all the various colors. And it's so beautiful. Where are we in all of that? How are we in all of that? How do we want to be on this planet? Another quote from Thich Nhat Hanh. When you wake up and you see that the earth is not just the environment, the earth is us, you touch the nature of interbeing. May all beings be safe from harm. May all beings be healthy. May all beings live in peace and with ease. May we all be grateful for each day we're given on this beautiful planet and all of the gifts this planet gives us. Well, thank you all for being here with us tonight. We'll keep up the good work, saving our planet, one plastic bag at a time. All right, well, you guys have a wonderful week. Hopefully, we'll see you next week. Take good care.